As I'm trying to get things situated here. Guys, we are officially live. YouTube, Lou, YouTube. You know what, guys? I didn't. Matt, what's up, buddy? I didn't point that out. Yeah, you can go live on Lou. Yeah, you can go live on YouTube. Yeah, you can do. Ted, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? All right, guys, we got 5 people in here. Yeah, guys, you can go. Lou, you can go live on YouTube. So we're here at the MIB Master Toy Museum, hanging out down here. Roberto, how you doing, buddy? Matt, Ted, always a pleasure, guys. We're gonna do a little toy talk this evening here at a Saturday. Matt, how you doing, buddy? Guys, we are back here at the MIB Master Toy Museum live. Ken Marsh, Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year to everybody, guys. We made it. 2021. 2020 was tough, guys. We are back now. We're hanging out. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk some toys. We're going to enjoy ourselves in this next hour. And I'm going to answer some questions, give you guys some updates on the museum. Paul, what's up, buddy? No, I just don't want to talk toys just because the Steelers are in the playoffs. That's not true, Paul. It's not true at all. It's easier to talk toys at the Hey, Jeff, how you doing, buddy? It's easier to talk toys at the Steelers are in the playoffs now. So yeah. I mean, that's just a little more comfortable. See, it's a little bit more comfortable. Guys, you can talk some toys. The joys and pains of collecting. And I think as collectors, guys, we all know the joys of collecting, and we also know the pains of collecting. I know somebody said, well, MIB, what do you mean by the pains of collecting? I'll give you some examples. I was doing some shopping online, Coswell Collectibles. I got bought some great action figures off of Coswell Collectibles. Guys, if you have never heard of Coswell Collectibles, check their toy website out. You name it, they have it. G.I. Joe, Mego figures, NECA, you name it, they have it. Anything. But I was on there the other day shopping. I've been tracking this one figure for a while, and it was still there. So I got that, and then I saw three other figures that I wanted. Lou, what's up, buddy? 3 other figures. Now here's the problem. The MIB Master Toy Museum budget is just so big. Okay, I only could really afford to get one of those figures. I'm gonna show them off too, Lou. Mark, how you doing? You're right. Time to sell a lung. Got to get those toys. Look, yeah. So here's my dilemma as a collector. I could only get one. Though that's the pain of being a collector. We don't know what's enough. We think we know our limitations, but we really don't. We say we'll cut back, we'll stop, we'll slow down. That's why I told myself. And I said, I was very proud of myself, though. I was able to stick to my game plan of just purchasing that one figure. And I told myself, you know what? If the other figure is still there, next week, then I'll pick it up. If it's not, it wasn't meant to be. Now, I probably could say that now that I got nearly 5,000 pieces of, museum artifacts here at the museum. So it's a little easier. Jason, what's up? Darth, how you doing, buddy? So it's a little easier for me now at 50, well established. It's a little easier. Yeah, 5,000, Lou. Yeah, lack of space is a pain, Mark. It is, and as something else we're gonna touch on. But the problem for me has always been not knowing when to say enough is enough. The fear of missing out on a very difficult, hard to find figure has sometimes trumped logic and finances. So I'm making a New Year's resolution. A New Year's resolution in 2021 to slow down a little bit with the collecting. I have so much now in my museum collection. It's more than enough. It literally is more than enough. If I never purchased another action figure in my entire life, for the rest of my life, I would have more than I could actually hold on to. It's more. It does, Jeffrey. It does. It does. Ken, I'm running out of room too. But Jeffrey, it does. It haunts you to no end, to know that one figure that you left at the store, that you didn't pick up offline from that toy website, and you've already got 2 or 3 that you just purchased. It haunts you to no end. That's the one that you dream about, not the 3 that you just bought. Okay, not the 3 that you just bought, the one that's still at the store on the toy shelf. Okay, that's the pain of collecting. The joy of collecting, we know that the joy of collecting is getting something from a good friend like Lou. Beautiful Christmas present that he got me. Hold on, I gotta show you guys. Guys, check the video out too. Where is it at? It's here somewhere. What's Lady Pop Hunter said poor internet. Oh, guys, I don't know what happened. Can you hear me? I just went to go get my gift from Lou. Are we back? He said rest in peace. Yes, this commercial is brought to you by NECA Toys. If it's not NECA, it's it's crap. What? Hey, I'm back. Yes, you know what? The powers that be, the evils that exist out there, they're trying to break up our live stream, guys. They're trying to stop all the fun. And we're not going to allow it. I apologize for that, guys. I can't get through a live stream without having some interruption. The last time I did a live stream, we had well, that was more my fault than right there, guys. I dropped my tripod. All right, we're back, guys. Nostalgic from the 70s. Hello from Canada. What's up, buddy? Lady Pop Hunter, it's always an honor to have you grace our presence here at the museum. Lady Pop Hunter is a toy icon, collecting icon. The other museum, yes. Thank you. You know what? The Predator figure that Lou got me, the NECA. Guys, the joy of collecting, getting an action figure that you didn't think, for one, that you didn't think existed, you didn't know anything about, and it's super cool on top of that. Yes, I am open by chance. I am jumping down thanks to Lou, my buddy Lou. He's Pages, what's up, buddy? He sent me down the rabbit hole for the Predator, the NECA Predator figures. Now I have to go get the rest of them. And that, now listen, we're talking about the joys and the pains of collecting. That's one of them. Okay, that's the open by chance. Thanks for kind of segueing into that. That's a perfect example of the joys and pains of collecting. Yeah, it is, Lou. It is, guys. Listen, we're all here. This should be more like a collectors anonymous meeting. I think we should meet maybe once or twice a month. Okay, it's tough. It's difficult. I've spoken to collectors that has spent their very last dollar on a collectible rather than, put it towards a car payment, uh, groceries. It's real, so an obsession to addiction. I mean, yeah, it is true. It's real. Earlier on, when I was collecting GI Joes back in the early 1990s, I went through something similar to that, because they were making them so fast. Because the rebirth of GI Joe, so Hasbro was really cranking these guys out. Let me see. Lou said, despite what most, let's think, I'm a very nice. Yeah, you are. You are. But listen. I fell down that rabbit hole, as open by chance stated earlier, wanting all of them and being able to afford only a few of them. Okay, that was the problem. Jason says, pay the bills, take care of fam, then I buy toys. Now listen, Jason, that's the game plan now. I'm 50. Like I said earlier, I'm more established, financially more stable, and I think a little bit more clearly now as opposed to when I was in my 20s. So it was a little more difficult. So wanting to buy all of the figures and not have have the finances to do that used to drive me crazy. So I was that guy that would. There were 4 new GI Joes on a toy show. I could afford 2. I bought it 2, and it was like I didn't buy any. Very little joy in knowing that I had those first 2, because I was always thinking about those other 2 and missing out on those other 2. Open by Chess says, fasting is good for the soul, so it's okay to miss a couple of meals to buy. Listen, and I did. I did in my early 20s, man. Listen, my best friend, food wise, was the box of mac and cheese. A mac and cheese meal went a long way back in the day, and I would spend about $200 on GI Joes. Maybe $30 on some mac and cheese, boxes of mac and cheese for the week. $100 on GI Joes, and that was the reality. So people look at my my GI Joe collection now and say, "Man, that's fantastic." This a lot of stories. If these GI Joes could talk, okay, and I'm sure that's with all you guys, all your collections. If your collectibles could talk, I mean, I'm sure they would have some fantastic stories about you guys, right? I mean, I know mine's do. I mean, because at the end of the day, each one of these collectibles that you see has a story behind them. You know, this GI Joe per se right here, the Sasquatch. Um, I mean, I've been chasing that thing for well over a decade. This set right here is, yeah, I mean, $500, a little over 500. I think it was about 580, almost $600. Let's just say that, because the shipping and handling kind of brought it closer to six. $600, for one figure, and you say, well, was it worth it? $600. You know, that's more than my car note. Okay, that's more than a lot of people's car note. So yes, to me, it was worth it. Uh, 30 years ago, that wouldn't have been worth it. Well, for one, 30 years ago, I would afford a $600 action figure set. But the joys of collecting, the joys of collecting. Yes, Mark, I'm with you, man. My house would be paid for by now. You say might be rated R, right? Dark Silicon said mine be rated R. Sometimes you have to make a choice. You have to stay within your budget. Matt, that's where we're at now. Lou, if my collectibles could talk, they would scream, "Let me out! It's dark and lonely down here." Yes, well, I'm sure mine would too. Nostalgic says, I try to keep to a rule. Something new comes in, something goes. Now, I've heard that. Something new comes in, something old goes out. That makes a lot of sense. Lou said, budget, what's that? Sell more blood. Right. Yeah, Lou said $500, John. Yeah, actually, it was closer to 600, Lou. It's closer to like $600. Like I said, if you want to throw the shipping and the handling in there with the what's that? When the extra money to protect it and all that stuff, all those fees and stuff. Yes, it is, Mark. It's a convention exclusive, and it gives me. I know two guys, two collectors that has it. They don't have it mint in box though. They prefer to take theirs out and but it's a somewhat one of a bragging right thing too. You see a lot of guys say, well, I got that one. I got that one. I got that one. Do you got this? So it was more or less something of that too. It's kind of cool in that way too. It's hard. I think only 450 were produced. About 450. So that makes it that to the point where, nearly 13, 14 years ago, I didn't think I was ever going to find it. I didn't think I was going to be able to get it. Dwayne Pigney said, laughing out loud, I hear you guys. I used to buy stuff just to have it for a week or two and then return it. Listen, yes. I had a YouTuber tell me, he said, hey, look, here's a great idea, M.I.B. Why don't you buy the stuff? Okay, you don't take it out anyway. Why don't you buy it, review it, and then take it back to the store? And me being a collector, I'm looking at him like, huh? Give it back? Oh, I can't give it back. No, I can't give it back. No, I can't give it back. No, so and selling it is, I never sell anything. So I always struggled with the buy something new and get rid of something that's old. I struggle with that too. And this is how you acquire or obtain 5,000 artifacts, museum artifacts. My wife said, you never give nothing away. I said, yeah, right. So I struggle with that. Lady Pop Hunter says I have a cap on certain figures. You know what? Yes. And listen, you guys make perfect sense. You make perfect sense. All of this makes perfect sense. You have to have some semblance of logic, when you're collecting. I mean, we can't have it all, guys. We can't have it all. But I tell you this, we're having this conversation. All you guys are saying all the right things. What if there was a convention, a toy convention in your state, wherever you lived at? It was this massive, massive toy convention. It had everything that your heart desired. Only you know what your heart desired. Masters of the Universe, vintage G.I. Joe, modern G.I. Joe, Transformers, vintage, modern, you name it. 1950s toys, 1960s toys, vintage Mego action figures, you name it. And they were all there. The price of admission is free. You just go in there and, hey, have a ball. You got to go. Now you have to pay when you get in there, but price of admission is free. You guys would listen. The joys and pains of collecting would hit you simultaneously. It would be too much for me to deal with. So you guys would automatically, I know some of you guys would be making some very difficult decisions or being put into a situation where you're going to have to make some very difficult decisions. What about that toy that you just found, or you've been looking for the last 20 years? It's mint on card. It's mint in box. It's right there, and they want $600 for it. You got a decision to make. You might have brought $800 for spending money. Do you get it? Do you, like Lady Pop Hunter? I don't know. I keep getting bumped off. I know. I'm back. Lady Pop Hunter, am I back? He says sensory overload. Guys, somebody doesn't want me to do this live tonight. I've never had this much problem. Mark, you think they are? You think they are? Guys, we're gonna get through this. I don't care if it takes us, forever. We're gonna get through it. You think, Lou? Possibly. Thanks, Mark. I'm back, guys. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, it's clearer now. Looks better. Okay. I don't know what's happening, guys. I don't get it. May the Lord be with you. I will never blame this on Canada. Darcy, I would never blame this on Canada. No one's behind me, Lou. I had to place blessed. Yes, I had to place blessed. The guys would tease me because I told them that I believe that the museum is haunted. So I don't, I've seen some strange things down here, but I had to place George, what's up, man? I had to place blessed a couple weeks ago. Say we're gonna bring the new year in right. But Lou, is it the Mother Teresa of the toy collectors? He's so generous, especially when sending in his Lou. Yes, Lou's a good guy. But what if you guys? I want to hear you guys on this though. You're at this massive toy convention. You've been chasing certain toys for decades, and you guys know the toys you've been chasing. You guys know the toys that you've lost. I think when I moved to my new home here, I think I might have lost about 3 or 4 action figures that I simply cannot find. And I've been through my collection within the last 10 years, 10, 15 years, a lot. That's why you need the pygmy figure from the trilogy of terror film. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Open by Chance. I keep hearing a lot about that figure too. There's a couple figures. There's a a Freddy Krueger NECA figure. Um, he's like it was a special Toys R Us exclusive figure. Um, he had like an orange type of a shirt, sweater, that his famous sweater, but it was like orange and red colored like that. It was like a video game type. It was from the video game or something like that. I want that figure, you know. But you're at this convention, you see these things, you got decisions to make. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, it's difficult. You know, I can talk a good game. What I won't spend my money on, what I will save, but if put into that situation, I would need some help, guys. I would need some real prayer in that situation because if I only got $800 to spend, it would have been easy with this figure right here. It would have been easy with that figure right there because it's like, to me, that was one of my holy grails. One of my holy grails. But how often would that figure come around? Yes, Ken Marsh said my problem is I'm a completist, and that's one of the pains of being a collector. I'm with you, Ken. Lady Pop Hunter says I would buy it if I know it's hard to find. I might not see it again. That's true. Mark says I have gone way beyond that. Yes. Yes. Yes, Paul. OCD sucks. Yes, it is. Matt, I got all the new Transformers for Christmas. See, Matt, Merry Christmas. The joys of collecting. The joys of collecting. Until a brand new set of Transformers come out, Matt, that you don't have, and they want like $800 for them because they can do everything. They can interchange and they had LCD, LED lights up and all this stuff. They all these new gadgets and accessories with them, and they're very limited. Okay, because that's what gets us as collectors. They're limited. They're exclusive. We hear these words: limited, exclusive, hard to find, rare. Then we get excited. Because as collectors, we want to be able to sit in our collection rooms, sip on our coffee, and say, I have one of the only action figures out of 50 of this particular action figure that was ever produced in my collection. And let's be honest, guys, it matters. To some of us, it matters. That matters. That matters to say that, you know what? I have an action figure that only 30 exists right now. 200 were made. Now only 30 exist, and I have one in my collection. And so this is why we go crazy over very hard to find vintage toys from when we were kids. I mean, it's natural. It's natural. So I go back to what Lady Pop Hunter said. Yeah, I mean, and that figure all of a sudden pops up. Now you got a decision to make. You have $500. That's all you got, and it costs $450. Okay. Chances are you're going to buy it. Chances are you're going to buy it. you're going to get it. I mean, it's, or you lose out to somebody else, and now you have to say, you know what? I saw that figure at the convention. I had an opportunity. I had the money. It was right there for the taking. And I just, I couldn't pull the trigger on it. So when this figure popped up on Coswell Collectibles toy website, I had a decision to make. I had a real decision to make because I dreamed, I've dreamed of this figure right here, of this Sasquatch figure and G.I. Joe set. I've dreamed of it. And guys, when I say, you've seen the video, when I say pristine, cherry mint, minty fresh condition, it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. So $600, did it set me back? Yes. No toy collecting for like a month and a half. Okay. But you know what? I said a small price to pay to have that in my collection. And I'm sure a lot of you guys know precisely what I'm talking about. JR, what's up? There you go, Brian. You got a few grills. Nostalgic for the 70s. Yes, collecting can definitely be an addiction. Lou, he's always laughing at me. That's true. Mark, if I sold my entire collection, I would pay off my house and all debts. Guys, let's hey, Mark is taking us into another segue where I want to segue into this. So we talking about the joys and pains of collecting. I mean, at some point, let's be honest, guys. Any one of us that were born in the 70s is nearing or in our 50s now. That's something else. I had a good friend of mine asked me, he said, man, listen, you're 50 years old now. What are you going to do? How long are you going to collect? That's easy, forever. But he's like, what are you going to do with your collection? I mean, what's the end game? What's the deal? I mean, what's the plan? Is there a plan? And that's like, what? Yeah, there's always a plan. None of us really think about, dying or passing on or anything like that. We might joke and tease about it, well, we'll give it to our kids or something like that. I asked my wife that. She was like, well, you know what? She's like, in all honesty, the museum would be under lock and key. She's like, I doubt very seriously if I would even go down there for a while, and I believe her, but there, once again, we talk about the connection to these toys, the connection that these toys have with our family members, the connection that they know that they had with us, in regards to these massive collections and the joy it brought us. So I don't know if any of our families would won't even think about parting with any of this stuff because it's a connection to us. I know a lot of you guys can understand that, but at some point, I guess I'll I look at it like this. I look at it like this. I am simply a caretaker for everything you see here in the museum. I'm just a caretaker. At some point, when I move on, it'll be somebody else's responsibility. And I guess I have to kind of work on finding that other person. Right now, that other person's my wife. So she'll be that caretaker until she decides, what's best for the collection, but yeah, I mean, it's, the family always comes in there at some point, so making good decisions for collecting things, it's easier now. I if it came down to seeing this figure and not having it and knowing that it costs $600, and knowing that, you know what, I need to match that 600 to another 600 to pay my mortgage or something like that, it's an easy decision, you know. Never mind. So I know what somebody's gonna say. No, it's an easy decision. You know, you pay your mortgage. Okay. You pay your mortgage, you do the right thing, you know, and you say goodbye to it. It's not worth it. Some things aren't worth it, you know, but the joys and pains of collecting. And it's just as simple as that. Chase figures, extremely rare figures, you know, it's hard. You want everything. You know, I remember complaining about a figure. You guys know me and the Long Ranger, right? You know the relationship I have with the Long Ranger. Now, I was talking to a fellow collector, and he really put it in perspective for me, you know. And this was, oh, this is pre-pandemic. So I actually had a good friend of mine over here at the museum. He was standing here in the museum with me, and I'm complaining about, you know, not having the Long Ranger and looking for him, and I got to have him in a certain condition. You know, and he's looking around, and I look at him. I say, well, what's wrong? He's like, yeah, he said, M.I.B, I don't get it. He's like, you have you have so much. You really do. You have so much. He's like, you're standing, and he's like, I'm standing in literally a toy store. Okay. And you're talking about one toy. One toy. He said, I'm standing and looking at a toy store. He said, if my kid was over here right now, he would go crazy. He would absolutely go crazy. He said, and to listen to you, it's as if none of this matters. And I had to think about that. I really had to stop and, as they say, smell the coffee. It matters. You know, that kind of hit home, and say, you know what? He's right. You know, how often, guys, do we get a chance to just sit in our collection rooms and just take it all in? You know, my schedule is so hectic between, you know, working a regular job, being a family man, and running my YouTube channel. It's crazy. I don't have a lot of time to just come down here to the museum, pick up a figure, study that figure, really take in the joys of having that figure. I don't have, I need to do more of that. I need to do more of that. I think we all need to do more of that. I mean, we're so busy on the internet, searching, looking for that next figure, chasing that next exclusive, chasing that next hard to find one. We lose sight of what's all around us, our collection, that we've spent decades building, and believe me, my collection I've been collecting for over 30 years, has been through a lot with me. It's seen some tough times, some happy times, some great times. Sometimes I would like to forget about, because I have some figures in here that has some damage to it. And I don't even want to get into that, but some tough times. But our collections, we need to spend more time just enjoying our collections. We got a fresh year. We had a new year. 2021 hasn't barely has been used. What are you going to do with your collection? What's the goal for your collection? What's the end game? What, as my friend would say, what's the plan? Are you going to spend more time with your collection? Are you going to spend more time enjoying your collections, your collectibles, things that you've spent half of your life searching for? Half of your life searching for. Darth Silicon said, my collecting consists of getting back my childhood toys. Yes. Mark says variants. Lou says Norb is a word too. It is. Mark said San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Which one? Nostalgic for the 70s says, I'm reliving my childhood one purchase at a time. Yes. Lou says, Johnny, do you have any doubles or more? Yes. That's a whole nother, that's a whole nother topic, man. I mean, the doubles, the multiples, and people keep asking me, why do you have, well, if I like it a lot, I buy multiples, because I'm just wired like that, Lady Pop Hunter said, I only buy toys for shows or movies I watch and can talk about. Lady Pop Hunter, that's correct. Listen, I agree with you. I agree. Speaking of movies, Lady Pop Hunter, I want to ask you, what do you think of that new Wonder Woman 84 movie? I mean, that people have been really trashing it. But guess what? I saw some of the action figures at Walmart. I'm thinking about getting them. Yes, I'm thinking about getting them. Lou said, we call those people chud. Dar Silicon said, I've been trying for years to convince Berto to sell me his web-handed Aquaman. Does he exist? Does he really exist? I know Figures Toy Company made one. Does the webbed hand Mego figure actually exist? Yes, Brian, tons of multiples of Mego. JR Tigra, I said, I see that your beautiful collection continues to grow with such beautiful treasures, brother. It is a paradise that we call in Mexico modern archaeology. God bless you, brother. And God bless Mexico, man. Any doubles, right, Mark, Lou? Haggling's always good, Brian. Open by Chance says, Lady Pop Hunter and I have both been there with that. Something comes up and you just know it could be years or never before you see it again. And Open by Chance, you're right. Ken Marsh says, do you have the Star Trek Borg bifold figure? No, I don't, Ken. Sadly, I don't, man. Mark says Comic-Con is a murder for that. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nostalgic for the 70s says, I am reliving my childhood. I said that. Yeah, one purchase at a time. Lady Pop Hunter says, I know it all too well. Matthew Payne says, I have to budget my collecting now. I can buy all the Migos that I used to have. I don't have the money. Yeah, Matt, I'm with you, man. Does anyone here have insurance for their collection? That's a good question. That's a good, excellent question. I have, oh my God, I gotta get my paperwork. It's an action, oh God, I gotta get the name for you, Lou. But yeah, I had years I've had insurance on it. But we refinanced my home, and through the insurance, my home insurance as well, I threw my collection in there as well. So I try to cover all bases. But that's a good point. That's a good point. You'd be surprised, a lot of people don't see the need to insure their collections. And I mean, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother. I am curious to see, uh, how many people actually have their collections insured. You know, Ted Adams Green said, collecting is the end game. That's right. Lady Pop Hunter says there is no end game. She countered you. Paul Knapp said, Paul Knapp might have the best one here. He says, he who dies with the most toys wins. See, nostalgic for the 70s. Yes, I agree. Don't ever buy for investment, as they will not be worth much once the generation dies that have a childhood connection with these toys. And guys, let's be honest. We are that generation. My sons and my daughters could care less about this stuff. I mean, outside of the fact that it belongs to me, that's probably the only sincere connection they have to it. It's something that dad had. But other than that, they could care less about it. Toys, they even my 11-year-old, she's outgrown toys. She's outgrown toys. Peace, brother. Matt says, my friend will get all my action figures if I die. Yeah, you know what, Matt? That's fantastic, man. That's fantastic. Find somebody that you can trust. Because listen, guys, we're going to get everything we want out of we're going to get everything we want out of our collections. We're going to get everything we want out of our collection. We're getting it now. We're enjoying it now. We can't, my aunt said this a long time. God rest her soul. She said she never saw a hearse and a U-Haul driving to the cemetery together. She's absolutely right. I never seen it, which means we can't take it with us, guys. We can't take it with us. So I mean, the key is to enjoy it all now. Kent Marsh, I'm in my 60s, and because of my health, this subject has been brought up lately. Yes. Listen, Ken, we're all going to have these conversations. I'm 50. At some point, those conversations are going to start for me as well. And I hope the new year has found you in good health, Ken. Leo said, hey, buddy, happy new year. Leo, happy new year, buddy. Brian, why are you deleting messages, man? Why are you retracting messages? Yeah, you said you told your wife and daughter to sell everything for what it's worth, not for what I paid for it. Yes. That's a good one, Brian. Yes, Lady Pop Hunter says she liked at Darth response. JR Tigre said, I can't say it. You got the, well, okay, hold on. You're going to say it in Spanish and English. The collection is the connection of memories of our parents and friends. That is why we must take care of our stories, of our toys. Yes, I absolutely agree. Paul Knapp said the Viking funeral. I mean, yeah, you think about it, Paul. Yeah, Matt, I'm going to have dinner. Good night, everybody. Matt, enjoy your dinner, buddy. John Arsena says, hey, Johnny, how you doing, John? Good night, buddy. We're winding down here too, guys. We're winding down. Guys, I apologize for a lot of the interruptions and the connections. I don't know what was happening. We got through it though, guys. We have 32 people and counting on the live stream, which is fantastic. When I do these live streams, I'm only thinking of, I'm going to get maybe 5 or 6 people to come in here and say hi and leave. And, to have this many people in here is fantastic, guys. We have a lot of fun talking toys. I'm thinking about doing another one next week with a new topic, something I've been working on. I want to share with you guys. So I'll keep you posted on that. John Arsena says, well, my wife makes me laugh at times because she says once I'm dead, she knows what to sell first. But then she breaks down and says she wouldn't know what to do since this stuff mattered. Precisely. You know, our spouses, some of us are very fortunate to have spouses that are themselves collectors. Like Lady Pop Hunter and Open by Chance are the super tandem, super powered collecting team. Check out their channels, guys. But yeah, I mean, so sometimes you hit a home run like that, you know. So you get the couples that are love collecting. But yeah, our wives, our spouses, they they wouldn't, honestly. I mean, it would be very difficult. There's definitely an emotional and sentimental attachment to these collections, just as much to them as it is to us. Exactly, John. So much so she wouldn't be able to get rid of anything. I don't think my wife, like she said, my wife said she would put it under lock and key. It's no way she could. She said she couldn't even come down here to the museum. She said it would take years for her to do that. Mark said, ditto, Johnny, exactly. Lady Palmer said, I love sitting in my museum and listening to music and just look at it and remember what episode or movie the figure is from. Absolutely. Now, that's what the joy, okay? The joy of collecting. That's, Lady Pop Hunter just kind of really summed it all up in a nutshell. Embracing it. Karlaji said, happy 2020 to you. Happy 2020, buddy. Sonic says, happy new year, M.I.B. Happy new year, guys. Brian says, I want 2021 Migo Meet exclusive. Lou, as an action figure? Okay. One Man Toy Show. Happy New Year, M.I.B. Enjoy your channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Ken Marshall, I got Amigo figure. Posty left it on the doorstep. No! Damaged? Oh, that's a whole nother conversation. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to hear that, Ken. Sonic said, enjoy the collection you have. Mark said, I have many multiples, most double. Yep. Lady Palmer said, didn't. Oh, you didn't see it. Ted said he saw it. He enjoyed Wonder Woman 84. Monster Hunter was better. I gotta check that out. Have you not seen it yet? No. Yes, web-handed exists. Okay, so Lou, he does exist. Okay, I got all of the web-hand Figures Toy Company Aquamans. It is very rare. Yes, Ken Marsh. There will only be Linda Carter. I understand she had a cameo appearance. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give a spoil. I don't want to spoil anybody. I don't want to spoil it, but yes, Linda Carter's my. Well, listen, guys, that's who we grew up with. We grew up with Linda Carter. Yes, I am. No, Chris, I'm going through Big Bad Toy Stores for the pre-orders for the Target. Pre-orders for the Masters of the Universe figures. I generally go through Big Bad Toy Store because they have the collector grade option, and I've dealt with them for so long, for so many years. I'm just really comfortable with those guys. They take a long time, but I'm really comfortable with them. Guys, I'm gonna answer a few more, read a few more. Then I'm gonna let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Paul said, my homeowner's insurance would cover it. Yeah, Paul, most would. Yeah, most homeowners insurance would cover the collection, because the collections are funny because we're always adding to it. We're always adding and subtracting. So you have to get that fine medium right there in between to get it just right for your coverage. So yeah, but homeowners insurance usually will cover it. Yes, nostalgic for the 70s. I know the need to have a backup copy of a favorite toy. I have doubles of some of my 12-inch and Kenner $6 million man figures. Listen, the $6 million man figures. Oh my God! I mean, mint in box, all of that stuff. The accessory packs alone are are worth a lot and hard to find in great condition. So yeah, you can find multiples of those guys. Yeah, I would too. Yes, Ken said his is covered in his house insurance too. Yeah, I agree, Brian. Lou has an amazing collection. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, your funds. He said. Mark says I agree. My four sons are not into action figures. They're just not. I mean, our kids. This is the last generation, guys, and we'll ride this wave out until it's over with. Yeah, Brian. No, hey, no, I won't have a huge mausoleum. You know, trust me. Trust me. I'm going. No, nothing like that, buddy. Darcella Khan said, I can't, laughing out loud. Yeah, I wish. Lady Pop Hunter said, also, it is good to catalog your collection, even if it is through video or pictures. Yes, you know what? Cataloging is fun. It's the right thing to do, and it's also a headache. You know, I am still cataloging stuff. I have hundreds and hundreds of action figures that I have not even did a video on because I stated this, I think, in two live streams prior to this. There will be very little to do a video on because they're boxed. You can't see the figure. You know, it's sealed. It's mint condition. It's not. I mean, it would make no sense to view or do a review or a video on a figure that you could. I mean, I would get so many thumbs down. Mixie horror and pop culture. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, buddy. Open by Chance says we have our collection insured. Lady Pop Hunter and I did a video on insurance and safety some time ago. You sure did. Guys, please check Open by Chance YouTube channel out. He's fantastic. I've known, they're dear friends of mine. I've known these guys for what, I mean, 3 years, almost on 4 years now. So check their channel out. These guys are amazing. I have some beautiful gifts from these guys inside the museum now. Ken, cheers, man. Oh, God bless you, man. I hope that goes well. I hope that goes well. We're sending prayers to the UK for you. Lou said he logged in 31 times to make sure I had these viewers. Thanks, Lucy. You're all the viewers I got. Okay. G.I. Joes and Barbies said my collection is insured with 1911. I never heard of that. 1911. I need to check that out. I need to research that. Paul Knapp, Open by Chance is the video on YouTube. Yes, Paul, that video is on YouTube. That video that Open by Chance did is on YouTube. Mark said, Ken, best wishes and prayers, brother. Yes. Yes, he does have 31 different personalities, Brian. Lady Pop Hunter said, thanks. Happy New Year. Guys, we're gonna Happy New Year, guys. We're gonna Ted said, I love the technical difficulties. It adds character to the live video experience. I appreciate that, Ted. Believe me, man. I'm yeah, it's it's live. I mean, if we're making a mess over here, and the other live, I was dropping coffee. I had my hat was turned like this, and I was a mess, man. But it was real. It was happening right there in front of you. So I'm glad you guys have been patient with me. This has been a fantastic live. I've enjoyed you guys. We got more fun stuff coming up. I did not forget. Somebody asked me, a subscriber asked me about the giveaway. I did not forget about the Christmas giveaway. The Christmas giveaway, with I'm understanding the postal service is having issues. I'm waiting for some packages to get here to the museum. So one of those packages is a giveaway prize, for you guys. So I did not forget about the Christmas giveaway. I want to give. Guess what? We got a new year. We're going to have a new giveaway. So we'll do it. We'll do it in a couple weeks. Like I said, it's just I'm waiting. So somebody did ask about the giveaway. We are having a giveaway. We give things away here. I don't charge money. I don't do anything like that. I just give it away. I want you guys to have the same, the same joy that I experience, and I know you guys do. You're all collectors, so we're gonna keep the fun going, guys. I've kept you long enough. You know the routine, okay? God bless. Stay safe, and by all means, keep collecting.